This is my game controller. There are many game controllers like it, but this one is mine. Without me, my game controller is useless.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Gaming Train, it's your favorite commentator, Syracuseeee, and today I am bringing you a gameplay of the Mets and the Yankees in the background while we talk about something special. But first, I just want to let you guys know this will be a weekly series I will be doing for Gaming Train. Most of it's going to be sports commentary with sports games, etc., etc. You will see a wide variety of stuff. If you haven't been to my channel, you'll see my players, you'll see online matches, you'll see almost everything if it's got sports. So hope you guys support it. It's a great idea. Shout out to GNT for that. Appreciate it. But today, what I wanted to talk about is sports movies. I'm a diehard sports fan. I always have been. And I love sports movies. And I looked online the other day, like the top 25 sports movies ever made. And I found some really good lists and some really bad lists. But the problem was, there was only one recent list. And it was from March 7th of this year by the LA Times. I won't go over that in a minute. But I came to realize, like, there's so many sport movies that I haven't seen that now I'm going to have to see. You know, they may have been older, just, you know, there weren't sports that I was really interested in. But seeing where some of these were ranked, I want to watch some of my stuff before I can give an accurate assessment. So we'll just go over their list, and then I'll talk about, you know, my feelings and what I think. And you guys, please comment, like, if you think there's movies that should be higher up, etc., etc. Please leave comments and stuff like that, man. I love to talk sports. So they had and some of these movies I know nothing about. I didn't do any research on, so I apologize. Don't really have the time for that. I don't know what they are. I have an idea. So I do want to watch some of these and go back to like Netflix, see if they got them, and maybe watch a few of these. But for number 10, and this was an updated list, like I said, from March 7, 2012. The first number 10, they had Chariots of Fire. I don't really know anything about that movie. I have no idea. I think it's an older movie, but I have seen it in a lot of top lists. So from what I understand, it should, you know, everybody rates it pretty high, so it should be there. I definitely want to check it out. I don't know anything about it. If any of you guys have ever seen this movie, please leave a comment below what your impressions were, or what you think about it, etc., etc. Number 9, they had an awesome movie, and that was Rudy. You guys have seen Rudy. You know, he's basically a kid that doesn't really have a lot of skill, doesn't get a lot of opportunity going to Notre Dame and stuff like that. You follow him. But all in all, it definitely belongs up on that list if you like football movies. Rudy is just one of those movies that's like, it's a touching story, man. It's good. Number 8, they had Slapshot. I have never seen that movie. I actually saw it on one list in the top 5, so I'm assuming it has to do with hockey. Once again, never seen it, don't know anything about it. Any of you guys that have watched it, seen it, can tell me anything about it, please leave a comment in the comment section. I'd love to hear a little bit about it, especially being a hockey movie. I like, you know, I'm not really a huge fan, but I like hockey. Excuse me. I grew up in Connecticut with the Whalers, and now that they're gone, really don't have much to look forward to other than the AHL, which is like the minor league hockey, but that's pretty good too. Getting back on topic there, number 7, Caddyshack. Like, the only reason I watch Caddyshack, like, 2 reasons. Bill Murray and the Groundhog. That's it. Those 2 together make that movie. You know, you can throw in Chevy Chase too, but I'll tell you what, man, I love Bill Murray and I love the Gopher in that movie. Those 2 are just hilarious. That's one of my favorite movies to watch. I usually watch it once or twice a year, but I always get a good kick out of it. Especially the Gopher at the end when he starts doing his little shaking his butt dance. That's the funniest part of the whole show at the end when they blow up the golf course. Number 6, Raging Bull. It's a boxing movie, I believe. Haven't really watched it. I may have watched bits and pieces of it, but if I can't remember it in my mind, then it don't really matter then, right? So they had that at number 6. I saw that on a few lists that was also pretty high up there. Number 5 is one of my favorites. Baseball is by far my favorite sport growing up. So I'm a diehard. Like, baseball movies, I just think are just, I don't know, they're just better. Maybe because more people can like relate to them. I don't know, but baseball movies seem to be more of a fit or a hit with people. And at number 5, they had The Natural, and that movie is just an amazing movie. If you guys have never seen it, you got to check it out. It's you can probably get it pretty cheap right now, but it's just one of those movies that you're just like, I don't know. You can't shut it off. It's unbelievable. Number 4, another baseball movie. They had Bull Durham. That's a very good movie. I haven't seen it in a very long time, that one. I mean, it's not one of my big favorites, but it's a good movie. Number 3 is probably my second favorite movie, sports movie of all time. Before my games and stuff like that, I would watch it. Just like you wake up in the morning, you go to your game, and you have so much, like, I don't know, man. It you know, it struck a nerve with me, that movie, and I loved it since the first day I watched it. And that was Field of Dreams at number 3. You know, just that whole thing, you know, like, you build it, they'll come. These guys, they just love the game, you know, and I love that type of shit. Now, number 2, I mean, it's a sports movie, but I don't think it deserved to be number 2. It's, because there's really not a whole lot of, like, you know, the action and the sports within the movie. It's more like a, I don't know, like a, I don't know what to call it. But anyways, number 2 is Rocky. You know, they do a lot of boxing in there, but I don't know. I just don't think it should be number 2 in my mind. It's a great movie. You know, every single one that you watch is a, even the new one that came out, what was it, like 2-3 years ago? I don't remember. Even that was good, and I was, you know, Rocky is just one of those movies that everybody's seen it, you know. And at number 1, they had Hoosiers, which the first time I remember watching it when I was younger, it wasn't for me. I wasn't ready for that. I got bored really quick. But when I got older and I watched it again, and I could understand it a little bit better, and I know what was going on, that's a great movie. It's by far number 1 in my mind. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's a really good movie about a guy that goes to coach a high school team. They, on their way to the state championship, they're like diary or whatever you want to call it. So it's definitely number 1. They deserve to be there. Now, I do want to talk about some movies that didn't make it, and if you guys think that they should be on the top 10. If you do, let me know. If you don't, let me know. But one that was not on there, and this is a very popular movie. Every woman I know that enjoys sports has seen this movie, and that's A League of Their Own with Tom Hanks. That was a great movie, in my opinion, about women playing professional sports. So I don't know. I think it should be, if it doesn't if it would have made the list, I would say maybe 10, 9, or 8, somewhere around there, 8, 9, and 10. Definitely not top 5, but it's definitely one of those movies that everybody's seen, and I mean, what are you going to complain about the movie? I mean, I thought it was a really good played out movie. Let's see what else. Seabiscuit. You guys that have never seen Seabiscuit, that's another great movie about a horse. I can't even remember if the horse won the Triple Crown, but it was one of the most famous horses ever. And I watched it once, and it was a while ago, so I don't really remember too much about it, but it was definitely a great movie. So I did see that on a lot of lists, to be honest with you. I was kind of shocked that it wasn't on here. So let me know what you guys think. Now, this movie, I'm not really sure. Like, I saw this on a few lists, and I don't really classify this as a sports movie, in my opinion. I mean, it was more of a drama than anything. That's Jerry Maguire. I mean, the only sports that really happen in that movie are, like, behind the scenes when, you know, him being an agent and stuff. So I don't know if I really want to call it a sports movie. I did see that on a lot of lists, and I was really, really, really surprised. Another one, Major League. I remember being in high school when that came out, and oh my god, I never laughed so hard at that movie in my life with Charlie Sheen and all those guys, and all the sequels they had. Every one of them after the first one was just as good in my mind. That was a great. I really hope that they bring back a Major League someday, because it was definitely a good laugh for people. Another one that I thought could have made the top 10, it would have been higher up, like 8, 9, or 10, like the other ones, is Radio. If you guys have never seen Radio, it's a really good movie about a kid that doesn't, you know, he starts helping out the football team and stuff like that. If you haven't seen it, you really should check it out. It's an awesome movie. And now this one, this is like, I really thought this was a top 5 movie that nobody had on here, and I was really disappointed. And it should have definitely made the top 10 in my mind, and that is Remember the Titans with Denzel. Denzel is probably one of my favorite actors ever. The guy is just amazing. That was one of the, when that came out, like, everybody went to go see it, and I thought that was a great, great, great movie. It symbolized a lot of stuff, and there was just so much information and so much to take from that. So I really thought that should have been on there. And The last one that's not on there, I don't think it should have made top 10, but it's my favorite, and I just want to talk about it. It's by far my favorite baseball movie of ever, and that's For the Love of the Game with Kevin Costner. It's pretty much his last day pitching. He's a Hall of Fame pitcher. He's on the mound. It's his last day, and then like in between pitches, he starts reminiscing back when he first started and stuff like that. And then that's actually when me and my girlfriend met. We talked, and that was both our favorite movies, and that's when we knew. But it's a great movie if you've never seen it. So I hope you guys like this quick little series I'll be doing. You guys can expect a lot of different stuff. If you got requests for certain games or certain type of commentaries, please leave a comment, and I will do my best to do that for you guys. So thank you again, Game and Train, and I love you guys. Peace.
He swings on that 0-0 delivery, misses the fastball. Strike one. 2 for 8 lifetime batter against R.A. Dickey. Here's the pitch. And Cano swings and hits this one. And Torres is there. And he's there to retire the side.